What's the most ridiculous thing you did to impress someone you liked? When I was 19, I convinced my entire college that I was fluent in Italian to impress a girl named Valentina who just transferred from Milan. It started innocently enough. I was working at the campus coffee shop when she walked in, speaking rapid Italian on her phone. When she hung up, she looked frustrated trying to read the menu. Without thinking, I blurted out, "Buongiorno, posso aiutarti?" The problem? I'd exhausted my entire Italian vocabulary in that one sentence. I'd learned it from a Rosetta Stone commercial, but Valentina's face lit up like Christmas morning. She responded in a flood of beautiful Italian that sounded like music, but might as well have been ancient Greek to me. I panicked and nodded enthusiastically, then grabbed a napkin and drew a coffee cup with a question mark. She laughed and pointed to the menu. "Cappuccino, per favore." "Perfetto," I said, praying that was an actual word. Word spread fast that the quiet American guy behind the counter could speak Italian. Valentina started coming in daily, chatting with me in her native language while I frantically nodded and responded with "si" and "bene." The charade escalated quickly. I downloaded Google Translate and spent hours memorizing basic phrases. I bought an Italian-English dictionary and carried it everywhere. I even changed my Facebook location to Roma and posted pictures of pasta I found online. 2 weeks in, Valentina invited me to study group with her Italian exchange student friends. My stomach dropped. There was no way I could fake conversation with native speakers for 2 hours. Desperation drove me to my uncle, who'd spent a semester in Italy 20 years ago. He taught me how to say, "I have a throat infection, so I can't speak much today." At the study session, I croaked out my prepared excuse and spent the entire time nodding knowingly while 6 Italians discussed what I assumed was economics, but could have been alien invasion plans. The breaking point came when Valentina's parents visited from Milan. She excitedly told them about her American friend who spoke perfect Italian. They insisted on meeting me. I stood in her dorm lobby, sweating through my shirt, as an elegant couple approached, speaking rapid Italian. The father extended his hand and launched into what sounded like a very formal introduction. I stared at him blankly. He repeated himself, louder this time, as if volume would help comprehension. Finally, Valentina's mother asked in broken English, "You speak Italiano?" I looked at Valentina's hopeful face, then at her parents' confused expressions. "No," I admitted. "I don't speak Italian at all. I learned 3 phrases from a commercial, and it spiraled from there." The silence stretched forever. Then Valentina's father burst out laughing. He slapped my shoulder and said in perfect English, "That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Why didn't you just ask her out in English?" Turns out, Valentina had been practicing her English conversation with me for weeks, thinking I was helping her improve by speaking slowly and simply. Her mother shook her head, grinning. "Young people make everything so complicated." Valentina looked mortified. "I thought you were being patient with my terrible English." We both stood there, realizing we'd been having 2 completely different conversations for a month. Her father clapped his hands together. "Well, now that we've established neither of you can communicate properly, why don't you try dating in your actual languages?" 3 years later, I proposed to Valentina in terrible Italian I'd actually learned. She said yes in perfect English. We still laugh about our multilingual disaster whenever someone asks how we met.